Hi guys, I think I'm ready. It's a bit of a last minute stream this, so I'm just quickly checking and clicking on buttons. But I think everything's good to go. So it's definitely last minute. I've literally just finished editing a video that's obviously on later on today. And then I'm about to paint something. So yeah, thought I would jump in and do a live stream. Right, I think that's good to go. Right, so let's click that one. So yeah, hi guys. Yeah, so I literally just finished editing the video that's up later on today. About to paint this chap, and thought, well, as I'm going to paint it, let's do a live stream. Like, why not? So yeah, literally, I've just been pushing some buttons. But yeah, let me know if you can hear me. I think you can, because I'm sure I just checked and think I could hear myself. So fingers crossed you can hear me. Yeah, good afternoon if you're in the UK. Is it afternoon? Yeah, it's afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon if you're in the UK, or good morning, good evening, good night, depending on where else you are. Yeah, so the video that's coming out later, I painted 8 of these lovely guys. Yeah, and these are going to be the pawns in my Warhammer 40k chess set that I'm currently building. I've started building the board. Well, it's going to be like a chess box more than just a board. So obviously it's going to have the board on top, and then underneath I'm going to have compartments you can pull out, and all these guys are going to fit in there. Clear bases, obviously love clear bases. A little bit of a difference. These have got magnets in them. So the chessboard that I'm building has got magnets in, so these are going to be attached to the board. Plus, if you're a patron, you'll have seen some pictures I put on. The board's going to be lit up. So these are going to be standing on almost like grills. It's going to be like a space sort of looking chess set. But yeah, it lights up. So that's why the reason why these are obviously clear bases, because the lights are going to pop up or shine through the underneath, which is pretty clear. You can hear me clearly. Can't even talk. You can hear me loud and clear. Batmeister07 from Australia. Oh, good evening. Good night. Definitely good night, isn't it? Yeah, good to have you here. So yeah, literally say I finished doing the editing the video. That'll be on later, so that'll be on at 6 PM UK time. Yeah, I'd love to sort of see you guys there as well. That's going to be a premiere, so we'll be able to obviously chat and watch. But yeah, so I was wanting to paint this dude up. So this is it's an STL file, so obviously 3D printed. There's a link in the description where you can get this chap. And basically, if you've seen, obviously it's Warhammer's 40K's or Warhammer's 35th anniversary, and there is a figure that goes with it, but it's an orc figure on its back with obviously a space marine above it, sort of impaling it. So this is kind of well, the reverse of that, I guess. So you've got a lovely big chunky orc, and he's standing. It's not a space marine. It's a little dwarf, I think. Yeah, some sort of dwarf fighter. But obviously the two go together. So he's standing over him in the same sort of pose as the Warhammer one. This has nothing to do with Warhammer. This isn't them kind of orcs. This is an orc with a C, so not to be mistaken. But obviously it's the orc that's well, victorious. And as I love orcs, I saw this figure, absolutely loved it. Messaged the guy that produced it, said that I would love to have that and to paint it. So yeah, he sent me the file for it. It's Mr. Modulorc. Some of you may have seen him or heard of him, but yeah, a guy called Mr. Modulorc. He's on my my mini factory. So link in the description where you can get this dude, and obviously he has loads of other orcs with a C. But they are rather nice. I hadn't seen the other orcs prior to this. I literally saw this guy a few days ago, and thought, oh, I like the look of him. But yeah, there's loads of other orcs on there that I may go and have a look at some stage, and maybe sort of print out and paint some of them orcs as well. So orcs with a C as opposed to orcs with a K, but in my eyes, they're still all orcs, and I love them. So yeah, so I'm going to paint this dude first, just because obviously he's the orc, and I love him. So yeah, so 3D printed. Again, I'm going to be filming a few bits of this, and then there'll be a video out showing obviously the whole thing, and obviously me painting him. Right, let's go put some music in my ear. Say, I literally sat down, set up the live stream, and here we are. So I do need to still click a few buttons. Not many, but say I do like to have music. I mean, like you guys, whenever you guys, I'm sure, whenever you're painting, assembling, or whatever, you normally have something on in the background. Well, probably me, maybe. So yes, I'm just putting some music on. Otherwise, it all feels too quiet. Why am I having problems? Let's turn the sound down a bit. So I hope you guys are all well. Obviously, just seen there is someone here from Australia. Usual thing, I like to know where you guys are from. Obviously, when you're watching, because it's just cool knowing that it's, well, just gone midday, half 12 in the UK. But obviously, where you guys are, it could be it could be anywhere in the world, so any sort of time. Sorry, I've still got a lingering. Again, I don't like to call it a cold, because to me a cold is when you're laid up in bed and you're out. I've not got a cold. I've just had the sniffles and the coughs and the headaches and the tiredness for the past week. I've still got a little bit of say tickly cough. Campbell, Australia as well. So what sort of time is it in Australia then? Because you're what, 11 hours, 12 hours ahead? So it's got to be sort of like half 11ish, I would have thought. Yeah, the end of a Thursday for you guys, but obviously the 9:40. Oh, that's not too bad. And Glasgow, Adam, cool. Same time as me then, because we don't have different time zones in the UK. We're obviously all of the one time zone. Right, so obviously I'm going to paint him exactly how I've been painting my orcs, because I just love how these orcs are coming out. So I just showed you a couple there. So yes, I'm making a chess set. I'm doing the orcs first, and yeah, I'm just loving. So I use Plague Bearer Contrast Flesh for my orcs, and I'm in love with it. I just love how it looks. Well, I'm running low, so I'm going to have to get some more. So guys, if anyone knows anyone at Citadel who can get me some free contrast paint, that'd be wonderful, because I'm going to certainly go through a lot of the Plague Bearer stuff, because I just love it. And obviously I'm painting. So how many orcs have I got now? I've got, here's 8, 10, 18, 19, 20. So I think I'm 21. I think I've painted about 21 orcs in the past sort of couple of weeks. Which anyone who's been on my channel for a while will know that's just amazing, because previously I think I painted 3 orcs over about a 2-year period. So to have now done like 20 odd in a couple of weeks is cool. So I'd love them. Love them, and I love painting. Campbell, it's 7:40 in West. Oh, okay. Oh, it's not. I always thought you guys are like 11 hours ahead, but obviously not quite 11 hours. Andre, you have a wife, a dog, and 4 guinea pigs. Your house is never quiet. Oh, bless. Right. Oh, it's gone a bit gunky in there. I haven't got a tool. I'll get a tool and give that a clean later, I guess. Right, so yeah, usual sort of method: slap chop, bizzle whizzle, funky junky, whatever you want to call it. I don't care what this is called. It just works for me, and yeah, I love it. So yes, I've chucked in old Razzle Dazzle just because I'd mentioned that in one of my videos, and obviously I put that in the title of the video that's coming out this evening. So whether or not that's gonna just kill it, I don't know. What's that? Bag out. Why do I call it Razzle Dazzle? Because to me, I don't care what this is called. This techniques work. Priming in black, dry brushing grey and white, and then put on the old contrast speed paints works wonders. I used to hate painting. A couple of months ago I did this, loved it. And the reason I called it Razzle Dazzle is, to me, slap chop, which is obviously the term that seems to be sort of going around at the moment. Again, it's the usual thing, isn't it? Buzzwords. Someone picks up a word, people jump on it, and everyone loves it. But for me, slap chop seems more like your kit bashing. So that's why I jokingly called it Razzle Dazzle, because I like fun words that make me smile. And Razzle Dazzle is a word that makes me smile. So yeah, no real reason. It has no real relevance to anything, other than whenever I hear Razzle Dazzle, I immediately think of like the old Happy Hands, like Razzle Dazzle. So again, it makes me smile. But yeah, there's no there's no need for any kind of name. Well, other than obviously the old ones, I suppose, underpainting, grisaille, and I don't know, any other kind of term that refers to this. But, so you call it what you want. I call it magic because it's making me paint things in a way I didn't think I could ever paint. And the speed you can paint things is just nuts. I mean, you'll hear me say it quite a lot now, that the few miniatures that I did paint would honestly take me 3-4 hours to paint. I would hate every minute of that 3-4 hours because I had no real clue or direction in what I was doing. I was just getting paint on them and it just never got any better. I think the best they looked was when I primed them, because I used to prime things in grey, I think then. So I primed it in grey and that was the best it ever looked. From then on it got worse. The more paint I put on, the worse it got. And yeah, I hated painting miniatures, so I didn't. That's why I literally painted a handful of miniatures in 2 years. But now I'm painting a handful of miniatures every day just because I love it. Absolutely love it. Stu, orcs are awesome. They are awesome. Liam, absolutely loving your work. Just finished another AOS orc using the Razzle Dazzle whistle. Yeah, see, it's not going to catch on, but amongst us people that watch, obviously you guys that watch my channel and me, if we use it just because it makes us laugh or makes me laugh. Does the technique work for yellow paints? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to admit, because I say the yellow speed paint I've got from from Speed Paint Army Painter comes out more orange. Yeah, this is the only sort of contrast speed paint that I've got that's supposedly meant to be yellow, and mine comes out orange. And as you can see from the underneath of it, it's, as I say, I've shaken it or shook it loads. I haven't got one of those paint shakers. Maybe that might make it more yellow, I'm not sure, but this comes out more orange. Green Stuff World, I think they might do a yellow. I have asked them for their full range, so maybe that yellow might come out more yellow, I don't know. Contrast paints, I've literally only got a handful. I've got about 7 contrast paints and they're all pretty dark ones. So yeah, it would be a case of trying out. So there's a few other companies. Is it Project 57? Or am I thinking something different? There's a few other companies that do these style paints now. And even Vallejo, they're doing, I can't think, but they've got a range of sort of speed paint or contrast paints coming out. So maybe their yellow might be yellow. But so far, because I've only got the one yellow, I know it comes out orange. Right, I am going to do the usual. I'm going to be filming as I'm painting, just every bits here and there. Just because obviously, well, I want to make a shorter video of what I'm doing. And this dude will look nice once he's attached to his foe there, his enemy. And yeah, it's going to look pretty cool. So say, yeah, link in the description where you can get this one from. So Adam, Nasdrag yellow is amazing for gold effects. Oh, okay. I've got a silver dry brush. Cool. So that's the thing, yeah, because with the dry brushing, obviously I just use the grey and the white. I have done a couple of figures where I've done, it's like a sand colour dry brush. And obviously whatever colours you're using as a dry brush does obviously affect the contrast paint that goes over it. And yeah, it's just a case of obviously trial and error. Try out loads of things and see what you get. Right, enough waffling. Well, it's not enough waffling. I'm going to keep waffling. But I just want to do a little bit of filming. Let's just get him. Right, so that one I'm going to hold him. Yeah, I'm going to hold him about there. And we're going to start with the good old green first. Just because obviously I like to sort of see these guys, well, looking green. Yeah, he's got full-on pants on, so there's no green down below. And he's just got like the harness going around him. So quite a bit of green, which is nice. So let's start the filming. And obviously going to mention contrast Playbearer Flesh, as I just love this colour. Put it in my homemade little sprue holder, which was made about 2-3 years ago. And it's still here. Start with back. As good a place as any. Yes, unlike the last little live stream I did where I wanted to see how quick I could paint someone, this one obviously I'm not rushing, I haven't got a timer, and obviously I am going to chat. Yeah, it did feel quite weird doing a live stream and I wasn't talking. Obviously I got a lot more done, which was obviously the whole idea. So how many of you guys have changed your sort of painting technique to now doing this? To say, for me, it really is a game changer. It's taking someone who's hated painting miniatures to someone who can't paint enough of the little suckers now. Right, that's enough sort of painting. Let's have a quick look. Oh, Andres has got a new mini in the post. It's going to have red skin. Thinking of underpainting purple. Yeah, to orange to yellow. Oh wow. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, just try it, isn't it? It's a case of have an idea, try it, see if it works. If it works, awesome. If it doesn't, see what you could do or change for next time. But yeah. Yeah, I do need to do more variations in the underbrushing, because obviously a lot of the stuff I'm painting at the moment is orcs, and I just love how they're coming out, which is why obviously I am sort of continuing to paint them all in the same manner, just because yeah, I'm loving it. I haven't looked again yet for my lonely orc. Problem is though, there's only a few places I would have put him. And he's not in those places, so I'm really not sure. So it'd be such a shame though if he has got lost or thrown out. That's the problem. When I did move flats, so I moved about 2 months ago. I did a bit of spring clean, and I threw away a load of stuff, and I'm hoping the lonely orc wasn't in amongst that stuff, but the fact I can't find him kind of makes me think, well, maybe he was. A bit of a shame. Just say more purely, just to sort of see how he was painted, and compared to these dudes, because I know he would have taken me a good few hours to have painted. And say I wasn't that happy with him or how he looked. Yeah, I think obviously because of the chest set I'm making, obviously I'm going to do Orcs v Space Marines. But it's like a little sudden thought, maybe I should do it Orcs against Orcs. Have obviously the green skins and then blue ones. Because I keep thinking about painting some Orcs blue just to see how they look. So maybe that could be the other. I say that when I do the chest set teams, I could obviously make different chest set teams. Doesn't have to just be the Orcs and Space Marines. I could eventually do other types. Right, I think, yeah, he's got a bit of a chest plate on. Maybe a little bit there, and do the fingers. I always forget fingers for some reason. Batmeister, you don't paint, but you love watching. Cool. It's interesting and fun to watch. You're my absolute favourite. Oh, awesome. Cool. I'm sure people watch me just to help them fall asleep late at night. Maybe that's why you Australians are here. You can't sleep. You think, stick a bit of miniature hobbyist on. His dulcet tones. They'll soon send me asleep. Whatever reason you're watching me, I really don't mind. I'm just glad to have the company. Yes, it's going to be a bit late then by the time my video comes on later. Yeah, you Australians, I'm sure, are going to be fast asleep, unless you're on a night shift or just can't sleep. Yes, it's 6 o'clock UK time. Apologies for coughing. It's just annoying me now. So I would rather have a full-on cold and be laid up in bed for like 3-4 days and it be done with. So this I've had, I think it was Monday of last week, it kind of started, and it's still just lingering. But say it's one of those annoying things where every now and then I'll get a cough, like a tickly throat or frog in the throat, or my nose will get blocked and then I'll start sneezing. And say it's just, yeah, it's just annoying now. Other hand. Yes, it's been a while since I've 3D printed, well, a figure. Obviously, the last few days I've been 3D printing lots and bits and pieces for the chess set that I'm building. Again, the chess set, I've wanted to make a Warhammer chess set probably almost since I started this channel, say about 2 years ago. So the chess set I always wanted to make, but what put me off was painting the figures. Honestly, that's how bad it was when I used to really hate the thought of painting figures. So, well, I never did, or I only painted like say a couple, because the thought of it just put me off so much. It was untrue. So yeah, so now obviously since painting my Orc Commandos and all the other kill teams that I've done, so I've got about 7 now, that's obviously given me a new love of painting miniatures, which made me then rethink about, oh yeah, there's a chess set I want to make. And yeah, so I've been 3D printing lots of parts for that. It's coming on really well. Yeah, so say if you want to sort of see what I've done so far, you'll need to be a patron. Plug. Right, I think that's all the green that's on him, really. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more to the back, just to add a bit more to it. Cool. Sorry about hitting the camera lens there. Yeah, I mean, there may well be some bits I missed, and I think that could be a bit of flesh in between the rags that he's got on. It certainly is now. Yeah, so obviously as you can see, this dude is quite large, so this is purely going to be like an ornament kind of thing. He's not a figure that I'm printing to actually use. And say he's obviously quite a bit bigger than your typical scale orc, or they could just stomp the orc. But yeah. How do I do armour with this technique? Asked Stu. Yes, well, so the armour obviously being silver. Yeah, it is just a case of using the silver. Which one have I got? I use this silver. But when you see the video that comes out later, or watch it whenever you can, you'll notice whenever I do silver, rather than like painting, so obviously his armour's going to be silver, rather than just painting fully over it, I almost do like dab it. So the silver goes on it, but you can still see some of the dry brushing underneath. And then I put a wash over the top. I like to use a soft brown, so I'll use this one. Starting to run low on that as well. So yeah, so anything that's not contrast paint or dipping inks or speed paints, which would generally obviously be the metal. So I'll paint silver and then put a wash over the top, just to obviously try and help give it some shadows and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I don't know if they are able to make a silver or metallic sort of contrast paints. I'm not sure, because I have tried mixing it with the speed paint medium. I put some of that in with a silver. It kind of waters it down, but not to any great extent. Plus, I've never really used speed paint medium, so I didn't know how much to put in, as in like what sort of ratio. So I kind of almost mixed it, well, almost same and same. Basically, it kind of came out a bit fast, so I couldn't really measure what I was doing. But I'm sure anyone who uses mediums normally, or use them quite a bit, might know how to mix it with this. Whether it's like, say, 1 part of this, 4 parts medium, I don't know. But yeah, so basically I'll put on silver and then I do a wash. That's kind of the best way that I can do it. Andre is about to do the 3rd mini. Can't say I have painting technique to change it. I'm going to grisaille everything. He wants to learn other stuff as well. Yeah, say for me this, but the good thing is, say whenever I look at the figures, So I love how they look, but they probably can be improved on more by doing sort of edge highlighting and a few other little things. But for me, it's great because I've gotten to a standard that I love, so they can be used as is. But then, say in 6 months' time, if I do start learning a different technique, like the old non-metallic painting, I like the look of that. I've never tried it, but maybe one day I will try it. And if I try it, sorry, and if I do try it and find that I love it and I enjoy it, then I might go over the figures that I've already done and just change them. So that's the good thing about the fact that doing this kind of technique gets paint on the figures really quick to a standard that I couldn't ever do before. So I really like how they look, but they can still be improved on maybe at a later date, which is really nice. Kind of not changed style yet because I enjoy painting. But that's the thing. Yeah, if you enjoy what you're doing, then yeah, don't change. Maybe try some new techniques every now and then just to sort of mix it up and see if you like it. But yeah, if you enjoy it, then that's, again, this hobby is all about enjoying it. So yeah, if you enjoy it, awesome. When you have most of the Indominus Octopus all start collecting left to paint, probably. Well, again, that's the other thing. This is a fast way of painting. I did the 8 orcs in about 3 hours. It's like 3 hours to do 8, and they've come out, and I love them. As opposed to 3 hours on one and hate it. So big difference. Magnus, thanks to you. So your paintings, you have given back your passion. Oh, awesome! Again, that's why I smile now when I'm painting. I am smiling because I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it, and I know they're going to come out looking good. And say all the orcs I've done, I've got I've got 21 orcs, all painted in the same sort of style fashion, and they all look like they're part of the same clan or group or whatever orcs are called. And I love that because, again, when I painted, I think the 3 orcs that I painted, because there was the Lonely Orc, there's Crazy Dave, then there's the orc that was kit bashed to look like a wizard, and I don't know why, but I called him Harry. No real reason, just seemed right. But they all look so different because, yeah, I don't know, there was no continuity. So they're all painted in a different kind of green. I tried to do like darker areas and lighter areas, and I just bodged it up so badly. It was just, they were a mess. But yeah, to have 21 orcs all painted nicely, all look good, all painted quickly, and all look like they belong to the same clan is just great. Finn, yeah, if you have a look in the link below, buddy, there should be Discord. Yeah, by all means go there. If you've got anything to show off, guys, yeah, it's a good one. I don't know, it's about 260 odd, 270 people. There's a lot of people on there. Yeah, go on Discord and yeah, put stuff on there that you want to show off to other people. If you want me to see it, I do go on Discord every now and then. But I kind of got overwhelmed by the fact there's so much going on and so many different sections. So there's one area, I called it Miniature Hobbyist Lives Here or something like that. You'll know it's me because there's only one little section. If you want to show me something, go in that section. Because when I do go on, the only place I look is there, and there's another area which is to do with the patrons. So they're the 2 areas that I go to, just because there's so many other, I don't know what they're called. They're called sections or chapters or I don't know. I really don't know what they're called. But yeah, I'm waffling now. Yeah, but go on Discord, put your stuff there, mate. Everyone will look. Everyone will love it. Nice bunch of people. Place foul. Yeah, Mike, Razzle Dazzle. So I just want to do happy hands. So yeah, very last minute thought of doing a live stream. So I've got the video coming on later. So that's what I was working on this morning, was editing the video and doing the voiceover. But then yeah, I was going to paint this dude, and say, because I've kind of got things set up now, so it doesn't take too many button clicks to do a live stream. That's why I thought, well, I'll do a live stream with me painting this dude. I'm going to keep, apologies that I will be moving the camera around, which is obviously how you're watching me, because I am filming clips of this as I kind of go. Right, he needs a bit of focusing. Gosh. That looks good. We'll go with that. And we are going to paint his pants. Again, I seem to have fallen into a bit of a routine, or not routine, yeah, kind of a routine, of how I paint the orcs now. I kind of start with a green skin, then do the pants, then normally do their boots, and then kind of like work my way up. But say, it's nice that they are all looking like they belong to each other. Mike, this figure, again, if you look in the link of, not link, if you look in the description of this video, there is a link to this guy. My mini factory, Mr. Modulork. This is where my memory is pants. I looked at this bit of paper only a few minutes ago. Yeah, a guy called Mr. Modulork. Obviously, I'm sure it's not his real name. But yeah, my mini factory. He's on Facebook as well. Again, I saw this. Say, it's two parts to it. I saw this figure on. Well, I think it's on Facebook. I think it popped up. I thought, oh, love the look of that, because obviously I know it's Warhammer's 35th anniversary, and there is obviously an image or figure very much like this, but the orc is a chap who's on his back, which I thought was a bit off, because obviously I love orcs. Saw this figure on Facebook, so I messaged the guy who obviously made it, and yeah, he sent me the file for it so I could print it out and paint it. But yeah, link in the description where you can get this dude. I think it's $10. $10, I think. Not 100% sure. Plus, he does loads of other orcs. But just there's no confusion. These are orcs with a C and not a K. There Yes, as Andre has just pointed out, joining Discord will get you video notifications, because I know YouTube doesn't always seem to like to let people know that I put videos out, even if you are subscribed. Bell on. Sounds rude. Bell on. Yeah, you still might not get notified. I don't know why YouTube kind of almost hit and miss. But yeah, so well, I say that, yeah, if you are subscribed, if you could turn the bell off and then on again, because I know especially those who have been subscribed for a long time, I think it happens more with those. For some reason YouTube's gone through and done like a mix up, shake up, whatever, and it's turned off, or yeah, turned off, or doesn't let people know. Anyway, I'm waffling again. Let's get back to a bit of painting, because I just waffled too much. Mike, you might need him for your orc collection. Yeah, I say he's a lovely looking figure. Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty cool. And he's a nice size. Obviously, when you 3D print it, so you can print out what size you want. But I like the fact he's a bit bigger, because then he'll sit on my desk. Nice. Nice. Oh yeah. I'm filming. Right, so let's change the. I have to keep changing the settings, because obviously I've got a window just behind me, another window just in front of me, and obviously they do sometimes hit my desk in weird ways. So I have to change the old exposure every now and then, just to make sure everything looks all right and the whites aren't blown out. Yeah, that looks good. Right, so a little bit of filming. So I'm going to be quiet for maybe a minute. There we go. Stop the filming. Oh, sorry guys. Alan, I think it's a time zone issue. Yeah, I don't know. I know. Again, this is where it's really weird. When I used to post videos, well, when I had about 10,000 subscribers, I'd post the videos, and within about the first hour or so of a video going online, it would have had about 1,000, maybe 2,000 views. Now I post a video and it might get 400 views in the first hour. So I'm not too sure what's, and yet I've got obviously 5 times as many subscribers, and yet I'm getting less views. So this is where YouTube is a little bit weird and wonderful. As much as obviously I do go and look at the analytics, probably too much. Sometimes it doesn't always seem to follow sort of a pattern, which is quite weird. Right, I don't know, is that his skin or is that part of the trousers? Yeah, I think that might be his skin. Oh, I don't know. No, I'm going to do it as his trousers, just because, well, because I'm using the brown. Why not? His belt then. Anything else going to be brown, I wonder? Straps are going to be the dark brown. Let's do the wood on his, I don't know, staff, axe thingy. Yeah, so guys, if you can, obviously say I've got a video coming out later today, 6 PM UK time. I've done it as a premiere, so obviously we can all be online and watch it together. If you are able to watch that, great. If you haven't been notified, again, this is say where YouTube isn't always notifying people, there is definitely a video online on my channel coming out 6 PM UK time today. Alan, do you think you would do any of the other October themes? LGBTQ 8th of the month, Scooby-Doo yesterday, clowns and out of 3 others maybe. Have a bash between those things. Yeah, well, obviously clowns, I'm, what is it? Is it Gallippox something or other? I've got some Gallippox turning up that are going to be obviously a kill team, and I've got some clown heads. So I'm turning the Gallippox into some killer clowns. The Scooby-Doo yesterday, or Scooby-Doo day. Obviously I do want to do a Scooby-Doo themed kill team. So that'll be coming out at some time. The old LGBTQ 8th of the month. Is that 8th of what, every month? I don't know. But yeah, no, I could do an orc that's obviously happy and pride and full of colours, I guess. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to doing the Gallippox though, as some killer clowns. Just because obviously, I mean, the Gallippox look like they would be kind of killer clowns anyway. But yeah, so I've got some 3D printed clown heads, so I'm looking forward to doing that, and possibly kit bashing them with obviously like big red noses or big noses. Maybe give them all boots, like clown boots. But yeah, I definitely want them to be a killer clown kill team, which would just be quite funny. Well, talking about kill teams, I played another game Thursday. I lose track of days. Yeah, so Tuesday is my sort of meet up with my mate, play a game. Not every Tuesday, because sometimes there's other things that come up. But we had a game Tuesday just gone. He was using the Navy Beaches. Also, we played on the old Into the Dark kill team board, and one of their sort of missions, whatever they're called. And yeah, I was the intercessors, but obviously my Darth Vader and his Stormtrooper intercessors, I absolutely love them because they're such. I mean, I've only just recently got into kill teams, but the intercessors are such an easy kill team to play because obviously there's less different types of operatives. You've only got 6 in total anyway, so that makes it easier to keep track of them all. And they're all pretty chunky, beefy. They can either shoot twice or attack twice with the weapons. And yeah, and I won. Woohoo! Reasonably close-ish, but my mate was. Again, this is where I like the game. As much as skill comes into it, although I haven't got any of that yet because both of us are making it up as we go along. The dice obviously have a big part to play in that, and he was just unlucky. He was rolling terribly. But the last 2 times we played, I lost. And again, a lot of it can come down to how you roll the dice. But yeah, it's a good game. So yeah, absolutely loving it. Again, everything's changed really a lot for me, and on this channel, I'm loving painting miniatures, and I'm playing Warhammer. So I've had the channel for a couple of years, never played any kind of Warhammer games until obviously I came across Kill Team was it about 2 months ago, and absolutely love it. Which is why obviously I'm making lots of kill teams up, also not making them up but painting them, just because I am obviously really loving it. But yeah, it makes a big difference when you're actually loving painting something, especially say with the kill teams, because I want to make up lots of kill teams. So I've got 7 already, and I want to make up loads more. And on 8th of October. That's gone. Missed that one. I did see someone say, what music do I listen to? But it's not on my screen anymore. Just going to check in case I didn't see that. I'm making things up. Oh, Finn, yeah, what music do I like? I've currently got soul music going in my ear. I like 70s, 80s, soul, R&B sort of stuff. Just because it's nice and easy listening to. But I kind of like most music, really, I guess. Aisha, hiya. Hope you're well. Hides behind Steve. Yeah, there's no sneaking here, even with my glasses and the fact that I can't quite see some of the text sometimes because I still need to get new glasses. Hope you're well, Aisha. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done. Obviously, I'm getting into doing more live streams now, which is cool. I say I've got things set up. It's so nice. So honestly, this morning my plan was to obviously edit the video that's out later, and then obviously I was going to sit and paint this dude. And then because I thought, oh, I'll do a live stream. It really was a case of just pushing a few buttons, getting a few things set up, and lo and behold, here we are doing a live stream. Although I don't know if my thing has moved down. I don't know. Oh, it's gone all over the place now. I shouldn't have touched it. I just need tightening up at the back. But yeah. Crity bought Phobos. Yeah, I got the Phobos because I like the look of those. Although I turned those into the Judge Dredd kill team. Although I've still not completed it fully. I've probably not bought the Morok box of Phobos. Crity, the Gillbox have interesting legs. Some are fit for circus. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do a bit of kit bashing with them. But yeah, I have got some clown heads already. Right, I think that is... 2 seconds, I'm just going to tighten something up because I'm not sure if it is sort of falling down. Because if it keeps falling down, you'll end up just looking at my groin in a minute. No one wants that. Oh no, it's still tight. I don't know why that's... maybe it's just me. Maybe it wasn't... Oh, maybe it wasn't falling down. It just looked like it was going lower. Right, let's put him back there because it looks like I'm not painting anything. Alright. I'm going to keep my eye. It's got my chin at the bottom of the screen. Let's see if my chin stays there or you end up looking lower down. Rightio. cool. Yeah, so just a little bit there actually. Yeah, so nice and simple to paint. So I'm painting him in the same sort of style, fashion, look as all my others, just because I really like how they've all really come out. I think we'll do the dark brown on the straps, and then I might do a bit of the silver. So say, yeah, with the rest of them, obviously any silver bits, I am literally just painting with silver and then doing a brown wash over the top. There are some creamy bits that I use for his teeth, his nails, and like the loincloth. Some of the cloths, because I have got a padded bone speed paint, but for some reason the padded bone always comes out more brownish rather than like the cream. So that's why I kind of always use this one. Well, bone white is what it's obviously been called. But yeah. So yeah, we'll do the dark. Again, I'm not sure how long this stream is going to last. So my plan was to paint him. He has got a mate. Well, obviously he's not quite a mate. It's the enemy, because obviously that's who he's just impaled. I'm not sure if I'm painting him today. It's literally just the orc I really wanted to get painted, just because I like the look of him. And say he's nice. He's big and chunky, and chunky is good. Right, let's move the camera around a bit, just to get a different angle. Right, so we're probably going to hold him about there. Let's focus. And let's go darker. There we go. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, so let's do a little bit of this. What's this? Fight Andre thing. Look in my dungeon. Have I missed something? What are you guys saying? There's no one in my dungeon. I don't have a dungeon. Who says I got a dungeon? Have I tried diluting the game colours and using that with Slapshot? Wonder if that would be visible instead of speed paints. Not sure. Obviously, as you can see, I have got a lot of paints. But I think because I've got quite a lot of the speed paints, dipping inks and bits and pieces, I'm kind of lazy sometimes. So if I've got a speed paint, then I'll use that rather than mixing up my own. Yes, I mean a lot of my colours that I've got obviously sitting over there, you can see, they are now more decorative things because the chances of me using those paints now are very slim. I would much rather obviously use dipping inks, contrast paints, speed paints, and any of the other ones that come out like Vallejo and the other company that I can't remember what it's called. Yeah, I would rather use paints that are already made up, just because obviously it's a lot simpler, a lot easier, and yeah, sometimes I can be lazy. Patrick, hello there. Greetings from Germany. Cool, so you're only like what, an hour or so ahead of us, I guess. Patrick, no, I've not found Harry. To be fair, I've not looked, because there's a few areas where things should be or would be, and they're not. But saying that, when I moved flats a couple of months ago, I did a big spring clean. I'm hoping I didn't, because there's a lot of stuff that I built Warhammer wise over the last couple of years. Because I never played the game, I built lots of stuff and then didn't have anywhere to store it. So a lot of stuff I built, I would go to my kids to play with, or I binned, just because they'd say I didn't have room for everything. But there's a few things that I would never bin, and one of them was the castle, or the tower, the wizard tower that I built out of sprues, where Harry the wizard should be. And it's one of the few things that I wouldn't have thrown away. But when I had a big spring clean, I kind of did throw away a lot of stuff. I can't imagine he was one of the things I'd throw, but I can't find him. But I need to have a proper look. And I say, obviously, the Lonely Orc, he was only small, and I can't think what bag I'd have thrown him in. But again, I need to basically have a good old rummage through the last few bits and pieces and see if I can find them. Right, let's have a little film. So I'm not going to talk for a couple of minutes or a minute. Right, that's enough of the filming. Just going to quickly check, because I'm not sure if that filmed or not actually. Yeah, that did. Cool. Oh yeah, have I missed anything? Yeah, Patrick, that's what, yeah, it would have been a good video to have, yeah, compared how he looks now to how my painting looks now, and then, yeah, to have stripped him back and, yeah, repainted him would have been cool. Steve, D&D, I'm not playing anymore. Well, as in, I'm not in a game anymore. Unfortunately, the group that I used to play with, I think out of the last 3 months, we played about 3 games. Just because people, I mean, obviously it's no one's fault. It's just one of those things where obviously everyone's got lives and, well, lives. Yeah, so we used to play every Thursday, but it started getting to a case where it was getting cancelled literally 2-3 hours before a game. Someone would say, oh, I can't make it because of such and such, or I can't do this, or can't whatever. And yeah, I think we worked it out, something like we played 3 times in 3 months. So I just said I couldn't commit, because basically I have Tuesdays and Thursday evenings are like my only evenings that I'm free, just because of obviously family commitments and other stuff. So yeah, so I would literally obviously keep Thursday free to do it, and then it would get cancelled last minute. Again, no one's fault, because I think I may have cancelled 1 or 2, or I couldn't go at 1 or 2 because of weddings and things. Yeah, so it got to a stage where I just sort of said, oh, I can't commit to sort of doing Thursdays, just because obviously I'd rather do something on a Thursday. But yeah, so one of the guys that I used to play D&D with, he's the guy that comes around here, normally on say Tuesday I think we normally play, and we play Kill Team, which is pretty cool. Because obviously when it's just, you only need 2 people for a game, it's obviously a lot easier. But we used to have like, there was 5 of us with a DM, and I say, as much as I love playing D&D, it was just getting to a stage where we were more not playing than playing. Yeah, it is a shame. Yeah, it is, because it's, yeah. But then I was looking at possibly hosting games at mine, where say we were playing obviously a campaign. So what I was thinking is, what I would rather do is just do one-shots. So, because that's the other thing, because obviously we used to play on a Thursday night, but we'd play for like 2 hours. So, again, you're not really getting a whole lot done. I would rather have like a day session, invite people around to my place, and we play for like a good 8 hours, 10 hours. Obviously, have a gap in between for food and, well, snack throughout the whole thing. But yeah, I'd rather find someone to do one-shots with than an actual campaign. Just because obviously it's more fun. But yeah, so that's why I am obviously playing the kill teams now, which is cool. Oh, stupid annoying cough. It seems to be every time I want to go and talk, that's when my throat seems to sort of go a bit funny. So how many of you guys are going to be about this evening? Well, I'll say this evening, obviously UK this evening. 6 o'clock PM UK time. That's when I'm saying my video is going to come out. So it'd be nice to sort of see lots of you guys then. Obviously we can have a little chat while the video is playing. So how many of you guys do you reckon will be about this afternoon? Oh, have I missed something there? Crikey, have you tried online? Tried what online? I'm not sure. Have I missed something? Again, I've got a really, when I say I've got a bad memory, I mean my memory is shockingly bad. Red Fox Lady, hello, sorry, your message was probably there ages. Apologies, I've just seen you. Red Fox Lady, hello. Hope you're well. Mike, going to be trying the metallic Razzle Dazzle on some Phobos Marines. Awesome. Make them Alpha Legions. Cool. Red Fox, you haven't seen me stream again. Yeah, thank you. I do enjoy streaming. It is fun. It's a bit of a giggle. And I say now, I mean the problem, not problem. Don't really have problems. But before, whenever to do a live stream, I'd have to sort of get everything I needed and have it on my desk ready to like build something. And sometimes that became hard work. And I don't like hard work, which is why I do this channel, because I like making things, it's fun. So that made it difficult to do live streams as much because I had to really plan ahead. Whereas now, because I love painting miniatures, it's like this guy, I just picked him up, let's paint him, let's do a live stream. So obviously it makes it a lot easier to live stream when it's something easy to do. Well, not necessarily easy to do, but I haven't got to plan and get bits. Because say, before when I used to do the live streams of me building something, my desk was just cluttered full of stuff. Obviously not in shot, but out of shot. I used to have bits and pieces that I knew I was going to use or needed. So again, I had to sort of think ahead and what I would need to put on my desk. Whereas obviously, as you can see, I've got lots of paint on my desk already. So just pick up a figure and start painting is so much easier, which means I can do obviously a lot more live streaming. Long story short, lots of waffling involved there, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. It's easier for me to do this. Yeah, happy October to you too. Steve, you play twice a week. Rub it in. Six hours each session. What? Man, see, this is where, yeah, if you live near it, buddy, I would be great crashing your sessions. Twice a week, 6 hours. I was playing once a week, 2 hours, and I say in the so yeah, I'd have done 6 hours over the course of what, 3 months, which is nuts. So yeah, Steve, never did like you, buddy. Peace, loving girl. Quick hello. Glad I caught some of the Razzle Dazzling. Yeah, I do like the Razzle Dazzle, and this weekend I am going to be so Razzle Dazzled. It's untrue. So good to have you here, Peter Loving Girl. Although I do feel hungry now. I've not had breakfast, and it's 1:15, and I'm hungry, and I've got nothing in. I'm going to have to get out the shops. You're all level 7 and 8. Level 7 and 8. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think we only got to level 4, and I say it was getting hard work in the end. 8 PM. Could try if no work surprises you. D&D online. Oh, D&D online. Oh, I'm with you. Sorry. Yes. Again, apologies. Obviously, in your head, you're talking to me, but I read other comments, and then I forget comments, and then I forget what's going on. Yeah, online. Yeah, as much as obviously I like doing things online, I would rather play D&D or these kind of games in person. I like to have models to move around. I like to roll dice. Yeah. As much as I'm not too fussed on people, I would see people playing D&D. Nah, that sounds wrong. Nah, people are alright. Prefer animals. Adam's going to be here. Awesome. Yeah, so 6 PM UK time. Obviously, my video's coming out. It's a premiere, which means we'll be watching together. So I will be there, and we can obviously chat. Brand Barney, hello from New Hampshire. I live in Old Hampshire. I'm guessing New Hampshire is in America. Or it could be Australia. Because it seems to be like Hampshire's all over the place. But I'm in Hampshire in the UK. There you go, just thought I'd let you know that. The Nigerian, yeah, I can't speak whatever language that is. It's German. Ich. Yeah, it could be German, isn't it? Mr. Snazzle Socks. See, this is what I'm saying about names and words. Mr. Snazzle Socks. Makes me smile. I like his name. And that's why I like to say Razzle Dazzle for painting. On a short break, can't stay long. Thank you for your videos. Hope someone will translate it later, and greetings from Germany. Cool. That I understand. During lockdowns, I tried to run online games, but even that failed due to too much work. Yeah, so here's the thing. So I love D&D. Although I love Brain's Gone Dead, Kill Teams. Oh, I see. Sorry, Mr. Snazzle Socks, you translated the other Nigerian. Well, hello, good to have you here. And well done, Snazzle Socks, for translating and for having a name that I just like saying because it makes me smile. Ah, see, Danker, thank you. See, I know that bit. See, German at school, it paid off. I know one word. Aisha has a new hobby. Oh, a new hobby desk. Yeah, new hobby. For your diamond art and building. Oh, awesome. Diamond art. Posh. I think more like rich. If you're doing diamond art. Oh, Steve's translating as well. Everyone's translating. Mr. Snake, you're welcome. Thought it'd be nice to translate. Yeah, no, cheers. Yeah, because I can't speak any other language other than poor English. Darryl, talk about short-term memory. Mine is literally dead. Completely. Is that atrophy? Or a trophy? Again, this is where I say my glasses. I need to get new glasses because I can just about see the screen. Although the only saving grace is my memory has always been bad. So it's not like, well, it could be getting worse. Again, I wouldn't know if it was getting worse, but it has always been bad. Let's do it with the cream colour. Yeah, I think that's why at school, there's no ball in this one. At school, my favourite subjects, not surprising really, I guess, was art, graphic design, and design technology. So basically all things that involved making visually, like as in 3D, as in building something, or drawing. Just because you didn't really need to have the best of memories. Yeah, because there was a lot more obviously arty-farty stuff that I liked. Hence the reason probably why I've had a lot of jobs in my life, because I spent 5-6 years when I was travelling around the world, and I did a lot of tempering work. So I had a lot of jobs, but my favourite jobs, I was a graphic designer at British Airways. So that was one of my favourite jobs, and this is how good or how much I liked it. I used to love Mondays, I used to hate Fridays, I used to hate going home at the weekend. I loved being at work, absolutely loved it. So that was one of my favourite jobs, as well as photography. Obviously being like a wedding photographer and just a general family photographer, I just love. But again, things that you don't really need to have a memory for. It's all, well, arty-farty. See, another chap's just popped up with a word that I absolutely love, and maybe his name should be the name of this thing, and that's Squism Wizard. I love it. Squism Wizard. I say it every day, Squism Wizard. Will I be trying out the new Army Painter Speed Paint stuff when it comes out? If they send me it, without a shadow of a doubt, yes. I will be trying out their stuff. Squism Wizard. Squism Wizard meet Mr. Snazzy Socks. Mr. Snazzy Socks, can't even talk now, meet Squism Wizard. But yeah, again, words. To me, there's the little things in life that make me happy. I'm a very content kind of guy. I don't need a lot in life. I've got a roof over my head. I've clearly got food in my belly, and I've got kids that I just love. So I am super happy. But yeah, certain words, words, simple little things can make me smile and make me happy. So yes, maybe we should call this painting technique Squism Wizard, just because it cracks me up. So I can't help but smile. Right, anyway, back to this, because again, I'm waffling. So this is where I say that other painting thing I did. Who did I paint? Where is he? Yeah, I obviously did that live stream the other day. I don't know who was on, because I didn't look at any of the texts. So I painted this dude, didn't I? Is there light on him? Let's get the light on him a bit. That one. Right, yeah, so this dude I did in a live stream the other day. Why is it not focusing? Yeah, did this dude in a live stream a couple of days ago. But obviously I did it and I told everyone that I wasn't going to look at any of the comments. I was going to do almost like a speed paint, just to see how quick I could paint someone. And was it 32 minutes, I think? 32 minutes I painted this dude, because I wasn't doing any chatting, I wasn't reading any comments, I was just literally painting. I say 32 minutes, it's 32 minutes, but then I had to let some of the paint dry, and then I did another 5 minutes afterwards. So it's like 37 minutes this dude was painted in, which I say is just, for me, unbelievable that you can paint something like this. And so I could have spent 3-4 hours painting this a couple of years ago. It would have looked absolute pants, and I wouldn't have hated I would have hated every minute of it. But I painted him and loved him. But obviously, as much as I enjoyed painting him, it was weird doing a live stream and not looking at comments and not talking to you guys. So I probably won't do that again. Well, who knows? I think you can never say you won't do anything again, because you might do. There you go. Mr. Snazzy Socks and Squism Wizard are now acquainted. Daryl, this job sounds cool. You made custom shoes with your dad. See, I'd have loved to have done a job with my dad. So I must have had about 20 or 30 jobs in my life. Everything from like van driver, postie, concrete labourer, general sort of plasterer's mate, labourer, working in a bank, worked in a freezer warehouse, normal warehouse, van driver. There's loads. Yeah, it's I mean, almost you name it, I've had to go doing it. Apart from obviously anything that requires proper qualifications, then I've not done it. Did the 32 minutes include dry brushing? No. Yeah, any of the times that I give for anything that I've painted doesn't include dry brushing, because as I see it, dry brushing takes seconds, but you have to let things dry. So even like the priming, obviously you spray everything black. Does it take 3 seconds to spray it black? But then you got to leave it for at least say 10 minutes, 20 minutes, so it's fully dried. Because I use like the cheap aerosol cans, matte black, spray on black. But then you've got to leave that to dry. Then I dry brush with grey. You've got to leave that to dry. So even though the dry brushing only takes 7 seconds, you've got to leave it to dry for like 5-10 minutes. And the same again with the dry brushing of the white. It takes 7 seconds, but you need to leave it to dry. So I don't include those times more because there's time you've got to leave it to dry. So yeah, so now any times that I ever give where it says I've taken however long to paint something, it's already been primed, dry brushed. It's literally just the painting. Oh, I'm feeling hungry now, guys. I can't. So that's the only problem about doing this a live stream where it's like an impromptu live stream. I've not set myself up food-wise. So I've got nothing in the flat. I have to go out. There's literally, I think I've got tins of beans. There might be some chips. Tins of beans and chips. That's what I had. That's what I ate last night. Yeah, so there's really not much in my place. But was the warehouse full of freezers or a jar? Oh, yes. I worked in a normal warehouse, and then I did work. I worked somewhere for one day. It was during the summer of maybe 91, 92. It wasn't a particularly hot summer, just a normal summer. But yeah, I worked there during the summer. Proper freezer warehouse, or a freezer warehouse. So you walk, you got all the big clobber on. You walk in, obviously it's minus whatever it is in there, absolutely freezing. Walk out, sunny hot day. You'd sweat because obviously you're wearing bags of stuff. You'd walk back into the freezer warehouse, all that sweat in your eyebrows. I didn't have a beard then. I might have had a goatee, I'm not sure. But your eyebrows just instantly froze because of the sweat. So I worked there for one day. I thought, nah, I'm not enjoying this. Because normally I was working somewhere for like say a month or two, getting some money, then going backpacking somewhere for a couple of months, then come back, work, go away. And I did that say about 5-6 years. Snazzy socks, consider my mind fully blown. I'm a quicker dry brusher than well, I've got 1 to 2 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, well no, the dry brushing, I mean it's yeah, it doesn't take long. But that's why I do like to say, again, this is say how different things are. I hated painting miniatures. Now I love doing loads at once, just because, say, when I painted these, it's easy, it's quicker to paint obviously loads at once rather than just one because of having to wait for the paint to dry. So because there's 8 of these, I painted one fully just to make sure I liked the colour scheme and how it all looked. So then with the 7, I was literally doing, say, the green on one, then the next. You'll see in the video coming out later. So you paint all the green on all of them. By the time you get back to the first miniature, everything's nice and dry, so you can then do the next colour, and there's no issues of any like paint rubbing into each other or holding it in the wrong place and smudging the paint. That's why I think batch painting is my preferred method now. I would rather have quite a few figures at once to paint, just because it makes it quicker. Obviously, if I'm live streaming and I'm just painting one figure, then obviously I do a lot of waffling in between, so everything's nice and dry. Well, let's get some more colour on him, because I feel like I'm not getting much on. I'm going to get this on, and then when I do the silver, there's not many more colours to do really. It's really this silver, a bit of black for his shoes. Yeah, that's probably about it, and then a wash. What is the time? 10 to 1, 10 to 2 even. Yeah. Yeah, again, no idea how long I'm going to stream for. Well, I'm probably going to stream until my belly's making that much noise you can't hear me talk, because I am honestly, I'm hungry. Oh, I've already done that. Got a donut. Aisha, that's better on your PC. Oh, is that better? Because am I not now bigger? Does that not make things worse? If you can see. See, when you look at me on a phone, I'm like that small. I'll probably look a whole lot better. Mr. Snazzy Socks. See, I liked you now before, but now that kind of joke. So I assume you gave the job the cold shoulder. Boom, boom. Although it's great because back in the early 90s, you could literally walk into a job, leave a job, go down to like Manpower or different temping agency and be in a job the following day. And say I used to do obviously all the kind of manual kind of jobs or driving jobs, so jobs that didn't really require a proper qualification. They were just jobs you could just walk into off the street with minimal training. Right, just going to do filming. Otherwise, well, not going to get anything done. Right, so we'll just show that this is the colour I'm going to use. And then we can start slapping it on. So this is the only problem sometimes about obviously filming while painting. To get the a good shot, you have to put the camera up almost like right in your face, which then obviously makes it a little bit difficult to sometimes paint. So obviously this is one of those colours that isn't a speed paint quite clearly. But say this will then have, oh, there's a bit of brown I should have done there. This will then have a wash over it. So all will be good in the end. Yeah, it looks like he's got a brown, brown something. I was saying that could still be cloth. Oh, we'll do it brown anyway. Oh yeah, same as when he's got that a proper brown wrist. What's it on? That's enough for the filming, because I'm going to move the camera out of the way because say it's making my life a little bit difficult there. Looks good. You can see what I'm doing and I can see what I'm doing, which is cool. Yes, I think in this live stream I'm going to try and obviously get him completed, but the other dude I am going to paint sort of later, say, because I do need to go to the shops. I need to get some food because I'm starting to feel a little bit wishy-washy. Plus I want to get back for 6 PM. That's when my video comes out. Have I plugged it enough times, do you think? Oh no, something I haven't plugged. If you guys haven't already hit the thumbs up button, because I haven't even looked to see, well, how many people are actually out there. Yeah, if you can hit the thumbs up button, much appreciated, guys. Yeah, and I say when the video comes out later tonight of my other video, drop in comments. Say it really does make a big difference to my channel. Even if you just put a comment and say hi, then that would be awesome. Snazzy Socks couldn't help himself. Well, that's fine. The thing is though, if it made you chuckle, job done. Made me cringe. Nah, it made me chuckle as well, I guess. It's all about being happy. And I'm definitely happy with painting. Although the only, again, sort of problem I've got, big problem here, I've got so many miniatures now, I'm going to run out of space to put them. Which is why obviously I was making those little diorama boxes for my kill teams. Just as a nice way of sort of storing them, displaying them. And the fact that they're modular and magnetic and can be stacked on top of each other. Just again, save space. But something I haven't got in my flat is like the old like glass cabinets. Which I might have to, yeah, because I've got room for one over there. like a nice sort of floor, almost a ceiling glass cabinet to sort of store miniatures in. Just because I am now starting to get so many. Which I say isn't really a bad problem at all. If you do download this figure and you print them out, you'll find a couple of things that are missing off my one. And he had a couple of little strands of whatever material he's got wrapped around him came off. Unfortunately, I broke them off. Well, I broke one off when I was taking it off the supports. Come off really well off the supports, by the way. Apart from that bit, because I was a bit heavy-handed. And then the other one I broke off when I dry brushed. Again, I think I'm a bit heavy-handed when I'm dry brushing. Aisha, my head has shrunk. Okay. Again, maybe a good thing. Will I do the bottom of the shoe different from the rest of it? As in the underneath? Yeah, because obviously his shoe is going to be black, apart from obviously the metal bits. So his shoe's going to be black, so I'm going to do the underneath black. So basically it's like he's wearing big black sort of DMs of some sort. Could be the lack of food. But so I am feeling a little bit hungry, to say the least now. It's the same, well, I think it always happens whenever someone mentions food. So I'm blaming the pizza loving gal, because obviously there's pizza in her name, and that's kind of got me then thinking about food, and now my tummy's thinking about food almost independently from me, because I am starting to feel a bit hungry. Right, I am gonna paint some silver. Let's do some silver, just because a lot of what's left is silver. Yeah, there's a few more bits of brown in it to do, but on the whole, let's get silver. Oh, this one tastes foul. I'm not that any of these taste nice. What was this one? Oh, so the bone white. I would give that on the, yeah, we should have a scale, the foul scale. The higher the number, the worse the taste. And I would definitely give that a good 7, maybe 8 out of 10. There's one paint, I forget what it is, but it's like the worst one ever, and I think it's even one that I don't put in my mouth anymore. I get a wet wipe to clean the brush. But this one's pretty nasty. Yeah, this one's an STL. There's a link in the description, guys, to where I got this dude from. Mr. Modulork. I got it off My Mini Factory, but I first saw him on Facebook. The image came up and I thought, oh, it looks pretty cool. So I messaged the dude who made him, and yeah, he sent me the file so I could obviously print it out and do it as a video. But he does loads of other orcs, but not to be confused with Warhammer orcs. These orcs are orcs with a C. They are nice and chunky orcs that have guns as well as machetes, and have some good poses, but they're not Warhammer orcs, just to make that clear. I'll do the same about what you've got. You've got some filing cabinet thingies. My kid keep mods in, magnetize the bases. Ah, cool, yeah. Yeah, so I am getting to a stage now where I need more storage, because I want to be able to store the miniatures but still see them, obviously. So yeah, so I like the idea of the sort of the glass kind of cabinets. Squism, have to print him up. Yeah, I say he is. He's a great looking figure. And I say it's, yeah, obviously he will be glued to obviously the other one, and yeah, it's going to look pretty cool. Yeah, because I must admit, say obviously Games Workshop's 35th anniversary, whatever. And then they go and have an orc laying on his back with a Space Marine impaling him. You are, madam. Yeah, seems a bit off. I love orcs. Should be the other way around, which is why I like this figure. Right, where should we put the camera? Should we go straight above? Because again, I like to mix it up a bit. If I paint it too fancy, does it become an orc? Orc? Or Q? Or Q? I'm sure there's a funny joke in there somewhere, but it's lost its impact on me because I don't know what an ORQ is, if that is a word. Is that a word? Is that a posh word? Or have I got to say it in a particular way? An ORQ. ORQ? Like old Lady Bucket, but she calls herself Bouquet. Is that what that's meant to be? Yeah, I think I missed something there. Sorry. Again, this could be lack of food. My brain isn't quite firing on all cylinders. Not that it probably does anyway, like, but le hook. Oh, okay. Yeah, le hook. It's getting worse, isn't it? Yeah, I need to stop talking for a while, guys, because I'm gonna just go loopy. Especially when you got Snazzy Socks and Squizzum Wizard both putting comments, and I'm just smiling at their names. So I'm gonna have a quick look to see if you guys have been hitting that thumbs up button. So because I haven't looked, so if there's more people watching than thumbs up, I will be semi-fancy fresh. Yeah, look. Yeah. Right, let's have a look. Where is it? Where is it? We have. Oh, look, guys, you let me down. Oh no, I can't read. Oh no, you're right. I thought I said 54 people watching, 41 likes, but it's not. It's 34 watching, I think. 41 likes. Eat the orc? What? Eat the orc. See, I can't now. I'm vegan. So if it had been 6 months ago, I'd have eaten the orc, but now I'm vegan. I'm not going to eat the orc. What am I doing? Right, 2 seconds. I'm just going to check something. Right, my head's bobbing because I have got music in my ear. It's not that I've totally lost it. Yeah, right, let's do some silver. Am I sure it's lack of food? Aisha, it may be and it may not be. I don't take medication. Maybe I should. But no, I'm blaming it on the food. Yeah, because I'm hungry. My belly feels like it's not eaten in hours. Oh, there's some cream bits that I've missed, so I'm going to do them now just because, again, because obviously these colours need to dry fully, so then I can then do the old the wash over the top. I will adjust focus in a second, guys. Just want to quickly get this bit painted, and then we'll set up for the silver painting. Right, that's going to be the metal there. Oh no, it's not. He's holding the metal. Just focus. Just quickly paint these and then we'll slap some silver on. What I'll probably do is I might do the silver and then might finish off there. Just because obviously a few of these bits I won't be able to do the wash to until they are fully dry. Plus I can quickly pop to the shops then as well. Get my brush in there. Oh, pardon me. Do some. Oh, it's dried up. Just finish off some of this brown, so I want to try and get the bits finished with the colours done, and then do the silver. It's almost like a last kind of thing. And we're going to do the light brown on these little straps on his wrist. Cool, right. Definitely silver now. Right. Where can we put that? Right, I'm gonna hold it like that. Not too bad. Right, another little filming bit. So with the silver, I can almost dab it on rather than fully paint it. Just 'cause it's nice to see some of the dry brushing come through, and so it's all going to get a nice, lovely wash over it. So if there's any other colour that's gone over it, I'll definitely do them bits. Right, that'll do for filming. Have I missed anything? Doesn't look like it. as I say, when obviously you're doing the silver bits on this, it kind of doesn't obviously pop or do a whole lot. It's not until obviously when I get the wash over it, that it starts to obviously look a bit more, well, sort of weathered, worn, and well, silver, I guess. But yeah, I do like doing this now, just sort of dabbing the bit of silver on there, so it's not caked in it, just because it does have more sort of a bit more life to it, really, as in like darker areas, lighter areas, but you can still tell that it is silver or metal. So he is a lovely big chunky old monkey there, isn't he? Cool. I think I'm going to give the dude red hair, just so it sticks out. Let's give him some nice yellowish teeth. Again, obviously, teeth will get the old dry brush, the wash over it. Cool. We'll use a white for that bone thing he's got around his neck, or claw, whatever it is. Since the orc hair is actually an animal. But it's funny because I'm sure someone was saying something on a different video or live stream that obviously orcs are born, or that's what I wanted. They're bald, as in that's just the way they are. They're just bald. So yes, I didn't even think about the fact that obviously some of them do look like they've got hair. But yeah, obviously you guys are saying it's what's it called again? A hair squig. Maybe I should get one. Well, that's weird because I haven't had, obviously, I went out of white. Oh, there we go. I've not really had hair since my mid-20s, so a few years ago. But it's funny, obviously my kids have only known me like this, and even they said that I would look weird if I had hair. Well, I must admit, one nice thing about not having hair, it really is a case of wash and go. Yeah, I think I'd hate the fact of having to do my hair and, I don't know, blow dry it or style it or whatever. It is nice just showering, getting out, job done. And obviously windy days, well, it can be as windy as it wants. That's not going to affect me. Right. Let's do a few bits of silver, little I don't know, buckles or ribbety things, whatever they are. Oh, there you go. Cool. Right, a few little areas I'm going to touch up with, and then I think I'm almost done. It's like I'll do the wash later, just to make sure that everything is lovely and dry. What's that? Mr. Snazzy Socks loves the idea of squig wig herders. Now there's a job I've never done. Hair. Right, let's move the camera. I'll move the camera for a little while. Looks good. Let's go in a bit closer. Why not? Andre's having his hair cut short soon. Are you sure you don't want any donations? I say, honestly, I wouldn't know what to do with hair, and I certainly wouldn't know what, well, what style I'd go with. Yeah, I think sometimes hair looks like it's too much of a problem. Certainly better off without. I think that the red is certainly a lovely colour. The old speed paints. It's always come out looking really, well, lovely and red. So it's a shame that the yellow doesn't seem to have the same sort of look and feel. Cool. Right, this is the time of day though. I need to get blinds in. And if I move over that way, the sun is just poking through. Gonna get me right in the face. Aisha likes miniature office with a bald head. Nice to slap. In that case, if I move into the sun, can you actually even see me now? Because there's a big glare on the screen, isn't there? Yeah, so I've been in this flat about 2 months. Most of the windows, they're all like angled. So I live in like the top of a block of flats. Well, I say block of flats. I'm only on the ground floor, first floor, then the second floor. There's only 5 flats in this block. But on mine, most of the windows are at an angle, so they've all got the blinds built in. But there's one window just over there, like a normal window. And so the sun has now just come round to the angle where, at whatever time it is, it pokes through and it gets me right in the face. But I'll try and move over this way for a bit. Well, I think it might move round, but we'll see. Go on. I should have looked. She looks out the window. Gone a bit blind. Squizzle and Wizard Days are some real bitey looking teeth. They are, aren't they? I was going to say, that's why I like this orc, because all the other orcs, some of these guys have got their mouths wide open. I mean, he's got quite a mouth of teeth as well. But yeah, obviously this dude, well, he'll bite his head almost off. But yeah, shouldn't play with these like a kid. I'm not a kid. Right, there was something I was going to do. I think I was just going to go around and do a bit of touching up. Who are, madam? Yeah, a little bit of touching up here and there. Yeah. And then he's kind of ready really for a little bit of dry brushing and job done in. So I've got his mates obviously finish painting, and then the two of them just get glued together. So I think the video for this will probably be out, I think Sunday, I think was in my mind. It still shines in and out of the sun. Oi, oi, cheeky. Well, I can't say anything too bad about Aisha. I have to keep her sweet because Aisha, I'll say that, yeah. Everyone thank Aisha because which one of these is it? I think it's this camera with my thumb. This camera here, Aisha bought for me. So thank you again for that, Aisha. Many moons ago, you bought that. Yeah, because I had one webcam, but I kind of needed 2 because obviously then one for what I'm obviously filming or painting, and one so you guys can see my ugly mug. So yeah, so if I say thank you, Aisha, because it's because of her that you are being able to watch both me and what I'm painting, which is pretty cool. Right, so I'm just going to go around and try and see if there's any bits that need bit of the old touchy up where paint may have gone on something it shouldn't have done. Or maybe even the odd little buckle that I may have missed. I think it's kind of affecting the table. Let's have a quick yeah, guys, any questions you got or anything? So I'm only going to stream for a few more minutes, just a bit of tidying up on this dude, because then the last thing that will be done is, say, the wash. But obviously, I really need to wait for everything to be fully dried before applying the wash. Otherwise, it will just make a mess of everything. So yeah, any questions, by all means, ask away. So yeah, if you can join me for the premiere video later on today at 6 PM, that would be lovely. And then we can have another little chat. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, so once everything has dried, then I can go over again and just make sure there's no colours where they shouldn't be. Let's say right now, the only thing that's on my mind is driving out the Tesco's and buying some food. Yeah. Plus the fact that sun stays in a position where it's very difficult for me to see what I'm doing now. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Let's just do that and that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so guys, if you do like the miniature, go and check it out. So link in the description to where you can get this dude from. So obviously it's a two-parter, but obviously you paint them and then glue them together. I had considered gluing them together and then painting them, but obviously that would be quite difficult to paint this dude. So yeah, obviously much easier to paint them separately, because obviously, well, you 3D print them separately, so it obviously makes sense painting them separately. Yeah, so this dude, literally, he's pretty much done. Just needs a bit of a wash over him, and then just to go over one last check to make sure there's no bits of colour on a bit that shouldn't have that colour. Oh, and his little hairband I need to do. But yeah, no, I'm pleased to have he's come out. I say this is why I am going to do more sort of impromptu live streams. Not that I ever really have a set time and plan for them anyway. But yeah, so this morning I kind of finished editing the video that's going to come out later. I finished editing it a bit earlier than I thought, which is why obviously I had time to paint this dude, which is why obviously I'm doing a live stream and you guys are here watching. So this should have included a glare filter. Yeah, I don't think you can get a glare filter strong enough to stop this. You must be blinded, because I know I am. Yeah, so I need to go out and get a blind as well, because that is going to bug me now. See, it's only the last, I don't know, about the last week or so that obviously the sun's moved, or we've moved to a position where the light is now coming through that window and getting me right in the eyes. Which is why obviously I'm moving further and further over this way to avoid it. But obviously that's no good when it comes to painting. So I'm going to say this name. I never know if I'm saying it right. Is it Pippa or Piper? Either way. Pippa Atoms. Piper Atoms. Good to have you here. I was about to finish, which is a shame, because obviously I think you've just got here. Good morning. Good morning to you. Yeah, so I am finished. So I literally just popped on to do a little bit of a live stream to paint this dude, just because, well, I was going to paint this dude. Oh yeah, I haven't done his boots black. We'll do them in a minute. So at the moment, all I can think about is food, because I'm starving, man, starving. Yeah, see, it is a beautiful Thursday. Well, I say that I think every day is beautiful, even if it's not sunny. Obviously, it's nicer when it's sunny. Anyway, I'm waffling now. Right, guys, thanks for being there. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, morning, night time, whatever it might be with you. And yeah, guys, if you are about this afternoon or this evening or morning, whatever time it is with you guys, 6 PM UK time, I do have well, my video coming out showing how I painted all my lovely orc boys. So yeah, it'd be good to have you guys along for that one. Okay, well, I'm going to go now. I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to go and get something to eat. You guys have a great one. Take care. Bye for now.